A professional's legal liability spans one or more of the following three areas, depending on the situation: contract, tort, and fiduciary duty. These are the sources of liability for a professional. So when you sign a contract, that is, when you have a contractual agreement with someone such as a client, your responsibility is to perform as contracted with utmost good faith. That is your liability. Failing to do so would be a breach of contract. Tort is a civil wrong that causes injury and for which there is legal liability. In practical terms, a professional is liable, meaning responsible, for meeting the standard of care that would be required of anyone in their profession. Often, that standard of care is defined by a regulatory body. If service provided by the professional is not up to standard, they may be deemed negligent. They had a responsibility and they failed to meet it. Fiduciary duty is a legal duty requiring that the professional act honestly and in good faith in the best interest of their client, ensuring there is no conflict of interest between their obligation to the client and their own personal issues. Putting their own interests above those of their client, for example, advising the client to make a purchase that would mean additional fees for the professional but is not in the client's best interest, would constitute a breach of the professional's fiduciary duty. In practical terms, these are the areas in which a professional can be sued. Failure to fulfill one's professional legal obligation is not enough to warrant a suit. The third party must have also suffered a financial loss. For example, an architect makes a design error, and by the time the error is discovered, the building project is well underway and the cost of rectifying the structure to bring it up to code has reached $85,000. The building owner sues for professional negligence. The damage to the third party, the building owner, was the additional cost incurred to rectify the construction. It was financial damage. If a third party files a suit because they've suffered damage that is not financial loss, but rather bodily injury or property damage, that would not be covered by the architect's professional liability policy. Rather, it would fall under the architect's commercial general liability policy. Professional liability insurance only addresses financial loss. Correspondingly, commercial general liability insurance only addresses bodily injury and property damage and expressly excludes financial loss from coverage.